You know who else is pretty and talented?
Me.
Yes, you, but also Britt Baker.
Oh, you're so right. She is so back, dude. She's so back.
She's back. She came out giving a promo. She's like, let's talk about 3 things. She's like, past, present, and future. And basically it boiled down to she did get injured, and then she also...
It was more serious than we thought.
Had a mini stroke, essentially. So she was out for longer to recover from all that. She's giving her promo. Everyone's cheering. DMD, so back. It's like a nice little face promo. But then, a video of Mercedes comes up. She comes out of her car, looking all fancy, talks to the Elite, and they're like, oh yeah, we've got your celebration ceremony right now. But Britt is still standing in the ring. So they start decorating the ring around her, and they're like dumping balloons in the ring, and she's literally just standing in the middle of the ring like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Dude, I didn't even realize that these were 2 separately advertised segments.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even realize there was a celebration going on. I thought, because I didn't see any promo for the show, I just thought it was just her interrupting the promo, but they were advertised as separate segments of the show, and they happen at the same time.
It was so good. So Mercedes comes out and she's like, hey bitch, like, you stepped on my segment at the end, so I'm gonna step on yours and all that stuff. And she's like, basically they called each other bitch a lot, and Britt Baker was like, I'm here for AEW, the people of AEW. Fuck you. I'm gonna take that title. I've been here since day 1 and you haven't, dumb bitch. And they called each other bitch a few times. She's like, I got a whole line of people waiting back here to get a shot at my title, and you just come waltzing in. She's like, bitch, I've been here since day 1. And also, what line? And she's like, there's no one.
Yeah, what line, bitch?
Yeah, what line, bitch? So that feud's gonna heat up real quick. I think Britt's gonna take the TBS title from her. I think
so too. I just feel like it's already so quick. I mean, I know it's quick. 2 months away, so it really isn't. But
yeah.
What I do think is cool is how quickly the fans turned on Mercedes.
Oh yeah,
it's like we commented on the fact that they were booing her, and she wasn't necessarily like a heel going into her match at Forbidden Door.
Right.
So, and I know you said some people might have been like pissed that she had like a hand in the booking potentially. You know, so I think also people are finding out allegedly, right? Yeah, and like people are also finding out she's the highest paid female wrestler in history, which is
crazy.
Wild. But I'm okay with Britt being babyface. That's fine by me. Britt does both very well.
I think I've been bringing up Busted Open a lot. I've been watching them a lot. They did a really good segment about this, and they were like, Britt needs to, first of all, Mercedes needs to go fully heel, which I think she's going to do now that the fans like turned on her, and she essentially is heel at this point. Like, it's very clear she's heel now, right? And then Britt needs to be like, listen, I'm for AEW, you came waltzing in here, you're getting paid a shit ton of money, and then you're just gonna bounce and go back to WWE in 3 years. Like, you don't care about AEW, you're not here for them, you're here for a paycheck. Yeah, and she's like, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into AEW, I was the first female wrestler and all that shit. So,
it's true.
She did kind of do that, which I really like. And I think that essentially if you have like, and it kind of meshes with the fact that she was talking to the Elite well, right? So it's like she's in the Elite kind of, and you have this ongoing thing of the Elite versus Team AEW, you know? So if you have Britt and then a bunch of like hardcore AEW people like Britt and Thunder Rosa and like a couple other people, right? And then eventually feuding with Mercedes, it's like, again, you have the ongoing thing of AEW versus, you know, the elite and like people that are just there for the money, essentially.
And it's really gotten me thinking about like where this elite EVP thing, where it ends, if it ends, you know, like at what point do they come out of that character as EVPs? Because they're always going to be EVPs, likely. As long as they're here, they're always going to be EVPs. So, like, you know, do they just become babyface EVPs? Or do we just drop the whole EVP gimmick and just forget it happened? Or
I don't know.
I foresee them role for a long time.
I foresee them being controlling like EVPs for a long time. Eventually you're gonna need something to like combat that, you know. And I feel like we were getting that like for Anarchy, but it kind of like fizzled out now. Except they brought in what's his name, Christopher Daniels.
Right.
They made him like the, you know, interim EVP.
The good guy EVP.
Yeah, but I feel like you do need that on-screen like guy to, you know, combat them.
I think that this was like something they needed for a while, was some sort of like authority figure. As much as it's like a reused bit, you know, we see GMs come and go in WWE and stuff like that, but only just recently, like an on-screen person that's kind of controlling the show. I think it's something they've needed for a while. Even if it doesn't like, it doesn't have to be like all the time thing. It's almost good to kind of like, I don't know, have someone who can kind of be taken down from that like dictator like position,
right?
Or alternatively, if they're a face, then just someone who makes matches happen. Like, dude, whenever Adam Pearce says like it's official kind of thing, and like he's like, let's make it happen tonight, like that's such a, like, it's so reused, but it's such a classic trope in wrestling that just works every time.
Yeah, it really does.
Like, especially if you're live at a show and you don't really know what the night is looking like, or a surprise match happens, there's no better way to get a crowd hype. It works every time.
Right.
So, like, you know, you either have that, or you have some people, like snot-nosed bosses that you hate and you want to see the good guy just fucking whip around. AKA, like, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon. That was, like, the highlight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, of that era. So I think it's a good thing for them to have, and I like how they're kind of like figuring out like how to intermingle with other stories. You know, they're directly involved with the TNT title because Jack Perry. They've got, you know, they're talking to Mercedes. They're in the Blood and Guts match. Like, they're very involved. I mean, they're also the tag team champions. Which, again, where is that Acclaimed match?
Yeah, they
also,
won the Eliminator,
maybe,
and where to go?
Maybe the Acclaimed ends up in Blood and Guts.
Yeah, for Team AEW, the Acclaimed, because they've been going against the Elite a lot. So, yeah, that's not a bad prediction, Galir.
But, you know, I think it's all very, very good what they're doing. I can admittedly get annoyed sometimes by the EVP gimmick, but it's not like, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And I like the whole, like, all right, let's have a great show, everybody.